Everyone, good morning. Happy Saturday, April 17th. Super excited to have you all here with us. We are all very passionate about what we do and how we do it, and we love to share about it because it has absolutely changed all of our lives in so many ways. For me personally, it's changed so many things in my life. Like, I have taken so many twists and turns on this journey, and my healing journey has been incredible ever since I said yes to coaching. And so we're just going to, spend about 40 to 45 minutes of your time. And we really appreciate and are grateful that you are here to join us. So we're just going to each talk about sort of our, like, a quick little, tidbit of our story, and then we'll talk about what we do, how we do it, how we earn money, the way that sort of our corporate business that we're a part of celebrates us and wants us to prioritize ourselves. Why is Mercedes laughing? Stop it. And want our, like, the business model is prioritizing your own health and fitness first, and then helping other people on the same journey that you're on. And so that's pretty much summing it up what we do, but we do love to share how it's changed each of our lives. So there's a couple of us that will be sharing and talking about how we fit it in. And so we'll just go right into it. And I, again, thank you for coming, and so grateful that you have decided to join us on this little thingy that we do. So hope you have a cup of tea or coffee or whatever, and just sit back and enjoy. My name's Lolly. I don't know if I said that. I am a coach on this team. I've been a coach for, in this August, it will be 5 years since I signed up as a coach. I am a mom of 3 boys. My oldest is almost 24, and then I have an 8 and a 6-year-old still at home with me and my husband. We live on a farm. It's about 40 minutes from civilization. The closest grocery store about 40 minutes away. And then I'm also a full-time social worker, and my job is an hour and a half away from where I live. So I'm pretty busy, and I also love to teach yoga, and I'm taking nutrition courses, and that's all because of saying yes to coaching. I'm also sober. I'm on a sobriety journey of just over 3.5 years. So lots of amazing things has come to my life since I started coaching. I originally signed up because I was getting married. I was in a really super dark place mentally and emotionally. I had hit my rock bottom emotionally way before I said yes to coaching, and I didn't know what was going on with me. And so I always just attached my happiness to the way my body looked or the way I felt. So I thought that, if I lost some weight, I would be happy. And so I saw this girl, my coach, posting things, and I had seen her post many times, but I quickly would scroll by them because I wasn't interested. And I definitely wasn't interested in seeing happy people posting their post-workout pictures, or like their nutritious meals that it looked like they spent like hours making. And I just wasn't into that, and I just wasn't emotionally or mentally in the place to be into it. But then when I was getting married in 2 months, I had a wedding dress that I spent a lot of money on, and it wasn't fitting. It was too tight, and I was desperate. Like, I needed to lose weight to fit into my dress, or I had to buy a new one. And so I messaged her, I reached out to her. She had this free boot camp happening. So I joined it. I had no intention of, going any further than that, but I really fell in love with the community of women that was in that 5-day free boot camp. And they were just so positive and loving and supportive. And for me, I was just like taken so back because I couldn't understand why women wanted to support me. Like, I couldn't understand that. I had no idea why anybody would want me to succeed. Like, I just felt like that's how low and dark I was. Like, I was in such a low place. And so from that moment on, it was like this really like was something, right? And so at the end of the 5 days, she asked if I wanted to sign up, and I did. And she offered me the coaching discount, which we all get a discount if we sign up with a coach account. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to run it as a business, but people sign up as a coach for the discount all the time. And I'm cheap, so I was like, hell yeah, give me that discount, right? But I had no intention again of ever coaching anybody. So I joined her challenge group, and then I started my first 3 weeks of 21 day fixes of what the program's called. And it was just 30 minutes a day. And I just couldn't find an excuse not to get that 30 minutes in every day. And I was part of a group that was all celebrating one another. And whenever somebody did a workout or did something that they hadn't done before, they posted it in the group, and all the women would celebrate. And it was just incredible. It was just, the support was unbelievable. And within 3 weeks, I decided I was going to start sharing this thing, because it was so amazingly life-changing for me. Just in the first 3 weeks, I started to feel so amazing. I started to feel like I lost, like, I think it was like 9 or 10 pounds in the first 3 weeks. And then I did it again, and I did it again. And before my wedding, I'd lost 22 pounds. And my dress actually had to be taken in. So it was really amazing. And so of course, because I had done so many different crash diets and yo-yo diets to lose weight before, and they just never stuck, this was the first time where I ever felt like this is something that I could stick to. And it was because of the community. And I absolutely love the community we have here. And even it goes way beyond weight loss. It goes way beyond eating better and health and fitness, like in your body and mind. It goes into all areas of your life. If you are ever struggling with anything, you become friends with all of these women that are part of your team, are part of your challenge group, some of the best friends. And we like are able to lean on each other whenever we're struggling. And in this day and time, and this age right now, where we're all like separated and isolated from this pandemic, this group has been carrying me through the times. Like, we're all, like, humans need social interaction, and we haven't been able to have that in the last year and a bit, right? Because of whatever is going on in the world. And we can't control that, but we can control how we feel and who we connect with on an emotional level. And that's what this community has brought to me. Like I said, I got sober from starting coaching, and I truly strongly believe that I never would have questioned my relationship with alcohol until I started my health and fitness journey with coaching and Beachbody. And then after I started to get really healthy in my mind, I was like, I looked at this thing that I was, mommy wine culture, right? Like, looked at this thing and I was like, you know what? And I'm not saying, there's nothing wrong with if you have a glass of wine or whatever. I'm not saying that, but for me, I was having way more than a glass of wine. So I was able to get to a point in my life where I could look at the relationship I had with alcohol, with food, with things, and release what I didn't need and what didn't serve me. And alcohol was one of them. And that was over 3 years ago now. And it's been an amazing journey, even more since then. But yeah, so that I'm just going to end there, because I could go on forever about what Beachbody has done for my life in 5 years. It's incredible. And I'm so super grateful to be part of this team and part of such an amazing community. And so I'm just going to pass it over to my girl Mercedes, and she has she's a stay-at-home mama, and her little one has a birthday party today, so she's going to jump in and possibly not be here for a bit after, but we'll just get her in here because she's got all the goods to share. So come on in.
Good morning. Thank you all, like Lolly said, for being here. My name is Mercedes, and I have been a coach for, I guess, 3 years, just over 3 years now. Like Lolly, I never planned to do this business, like, at all. I am a stay-at-home mom. I'll go into my story a little bit first. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've got 2 kids, 8 and 5 now. And I am also a dog mom, a wife, and a registered interior designer. And so I was actually trying to start up a interior design business, and I was about to invest like, I don't know, $60,000 into a business, and was so unsure about that move. And it was like, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Like what, like, I'm just going to be such a slave to this business and trying to pay back that loan and all of these things. And then, I had, already been doing the workouts. I had originally joined like Lolly, and like I said, for the discount because I'm cheap too, and I wanted to try out the supplements. I wanted to, you know, get, yeah, I wanted to try them, and then I was like, oh, I'm not going to continue with this. But then once I started, I was like, how can I not continue? So backtrack to before I started. I was, I was postpartum. I was suffering from postpartum depression. I was really riddled with a lot of anger. I had full of resentment towards my husband for, being able to just go to work and me being at home with the kids. I never intended to be a stay-at-home mom. Like I said, I was planning to open this interior design practice or studio, and I was just full of all this anger. And I was like Lolly, I was scrolling by people on social media who were spreading their love and light, who wanted to bring, joy to other people's social media feeds. And I was having none of it. I was like, screw this. I just keep scrolling. And Lolly is a friend that I met through when our boys were young. We met through our midwifery. And she'd asked me a couple of times, do you like, we want to check out this boot camp that I'm doing? You want to check out this free group? And I was like, no, I don't. Every time. And I think it took about 8 times for her to get through to me and for me to be in a place where I finally said, yes, I'll try that free group or that thing that you're doing. And when I started it, it was like, again, this light had come into my life, this group of women online, because I was isolated at home with my 2 young children while my husband was at work. And I, couldn't get to the gym. There was no gym to take my children to for childcare. And I had no idea how to just feel healthy in the body that I was living in at that point. And slowly through, personal development, through support, through our team, and at this point I was still trying to grow that interior design business. At this point, I wasn't, still at the point where I wanted to become a coach. I didn't want to mentor anybody else. I had no idea what I was doing. Again, I'm an interior designer. Like, this is not my thing. So fast forward a little bit, all of this support, all of everything, from this group made me feel so good. And I just kept continuing on with my own health and wellness journey and kind of sharing it with friends and family and, telling them about it like you would a great restaurant that you want to go to, right? And that you say, I had this amazing meal, you should go check out this restaurant. That was kind of what was happening for me. And then I had a family tragedy happen. And we lost some of our family, and I just it was a pivotal moment in my life where I was like, what the heck am I doing here? Like, what do I want out of life? Why am I doing this? And I was in that moment where I was so angry and so deep and dark. This brought me back to that. And the person that we lost spread so much love and light to other people. And that was what was happening for me in that group. And I was in this community, and I was like, I need to be part of that movement. I need to figure out a way to help others feel as good as I did or do. And so then I decided to lean into coaching. A friend of mine was like, can't you make money doing that? And I was like, yeah, I guess I can. So originally signed up for the discount, had already, invested my $180 or whatever. So all I needed to do was say yes at that point and just go for it. And another big part of my story is that my husband was not supportive in any way. Like, he wanted me to go to work for the job I was trained in, for the job I was good at. He wanted me to earn an income, but I also had to be the primary caregiver, the house cleaner, the chauffeur, whatever. You know what I mean? All the things. Well, he worked 14 hours a day, plus practice interior design outside of my house with 2 small children who are 1 and 4 and 5 starting kindergarten. So for me at that moment, I was like, I cannot do this. I can't. So I stopped and I shifted and I pivoted into coaching. And, he was so unsupportive because that's not what our life had been. And I sort of did it I ended up going for it without his approval because, again, it was going to break me, all the things that I had to do. And it took me quite a long time to work through my my struggles with his unsupportiveness, my limiting beliefs. So those things that I kept telling myself over and over again. And last year when COVID hit, I just like, it was like that point where I was like, I need to do this for me. I need to lean into this business. It was 2 years before that, that I was sort of in and out of this business because of that unsupportiveness, because of that thought that I needed to be in a career, right? A 9-to-5 career. Anyway, so when COVID hit, I went for it and I leaned in hard to my team because again, that unsupportiveness at home was that support I wasn't getting it from him. I needed to get it from somewhere else. So I got it from the girls on the team. I, upped my business. I started to show up every single day where I wasn't before. And my business changed and my life has changed. So, I made a post today. My biggest fear was about failing. And always that constant thought of wanting to quit. But then every time I think about quitting, I'm like, why would I quit? Like, there are so many reasons for me to stay. Like, so many reasons. So yeah, that's kind of my story in a nutshell. But I wanted to talk to you today about the ways that we earn an income. So there are 4 different ways. And I'm coming again, like I said, really fast because I've got to jump to this little party at the park. But I'm going to share with you, the ways that we earn. So number 1 is through retail. So you sign up, like you ask somebody to join you, or they say, hey, what are you doing? And you say, I'm doing this. And they're like, oh, I want to do that too. You earn an income on signing somebody up. So say you have 3 friends sign up this month with you. And so you would earn a retail income on that. And that's amazing. That gets some money into your bank account. That's like, woohoo, I can go and get my nails done or my hair done, or I can pay for my supplements. Like, it's an amazing feeling to have some money coming in just by having your friends join you, or having family members or people that you don't know on the internet. That's the cool thing, is that we'll get to that part about how you have other people join you. The second way is through team volume and team volume bonus. So the person so as we work together, we cycle together. So like as Amanda and Jolie and Lolly and all of us do our thing, and Jennifer, like we all cycle in this way that I have people signing up, Amanda has people signing up, and we all work as a team. And through that, we earn what's called team volume, and team volume bonuses come when, we get to a point where we're all sort of working together. And as we grow together, our volume goes both ways. So like, as you do your job and I do my job, we work simultaneously together. And the person, here's the thing about this business. It's super cool. It's not a pyramid scheme, because the person below you can actually out earn you. So, you're not ever above somebody else or below somebody else. You're put in that order because that's the way you signed up for this business, but you can work hard and you can out earn the person above you if you want, which we've seen it happen. So that's amazing. The third way is through profit sharing, and that depends on your rank, just depending on kind of the percentage of things there are quarterly bonuses, there's things like that. So as you get your business growing, you can deeply dive into some of those things and get those awesome, first quarterly bonuses just came out and people just earned a bunch of bonuses. It's like, who doesn't want $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 to come into their bank account? As you rank advance, as you grow your business, things like that will start happening for you. And the fourth way is so much fun. We earn trips. And how we do that is just by doing our job, and money gets deposited into our trip bank account. And then we get to go on these fun trips together, which hopefully will happen in the near future. There's Summit, which is our annual event. So that's a lot of fun where we go and we, that doesn't get paid for, but that's part of this amazing community. We have retreats and things like that our upline puts on for us, which hopefully we're going to maybe do something like that at some point this year if we can. And then prizes, we're always getting stuff sent to us. We're always getting stuff. I wish I had things. I have a Snuggie. I've got puzzles. I've got Lolly's wearing a shirt. Jolie and I are wearing twinsy shirts. We didn't get these for free, but but there's all these fun things that are always coming in the mail. I just got an email saying, you earned your shirt this month. And I'm like, yes, free clothes. But yeah, our income is a direct reflection of how hard we want to work. You can be a hobby coach. You could be just here, by getting a couple people joining us. You could be here to here just for the discount. or you could be here, to take it next level to 6, 7 figures if you want, 5, 6, 7 figures. So there's all kinds of ways. So I'm going to leave it at that because we're running out of time. But if you want more information on how we actually earn an income and you want a deeper dive into our compensation plan, we can always offer that to you and share a little bit more. I always like, my favorite quote is that this is a personal development business, which it totally is, with a compensation plan. So like, again, I went from a very deep and dark place to spreading my love and light everywhere, to people saying like, how come you're so happy? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. How come you're not?
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm going to leave it at that and pass it on over. I have no idea who's next.
Amanda. Thanks, Mercedes.
Girl. Thanks, girls.
Love you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda. I guess I would be considered the baby coach in this group. I've only been coaching for about 8 months. Like you're going to hear from everyone else, it's extremely life-changing. So I'm going to try to keep this short. I'm going to try not to get emotional. Telling my story always triggers some deep emotions, so I apologize. I was already a Beachbody On Demand member when I was asked to start coaching by my coach, Maya. And I was diagnosed with cancer. And that was a big hit. It was a big hit for my family. And I had, in the few years prior, I had lost my mom to cancer. And I had watched her struggle through it 3 times. So my fear was that my family was going to have to go through what I went through losing my mom. I always remained positive on the outside. I'm a very positive person, but on the inside, I fell into a very deep, deep place. Maya knows me. Her mom is one of my very best friends. And so she knew what I was going through. And she knew that I was already working on my health. So when I got diagnosed with cancer, I knew that I didn't have a choice. I've always lived a pretty healthy lifestyle, but it wasn't enough. So I knew that I had to take my health back into my own hands. And I started working out. So in the meantime, I was waiting for the #1 surgeon in our area, which was a very long process. So I had, between my diagnosis and the time I had my first surgery, was quite a long period. So I had decided that I needed to do something for me. I needed to do something for my family. And I started doing these crazy at-home workouts. So Maya had approached me about becoming a coach, and I had no interest. It wasn't my thing. I am an RMT by trade. And at that point I was still working. I loved my job. And I guess I just sort of jumped in. I'm a wife, a mom, a stepmom, a fur mom, very busy. My kids are very involved in competitive sports. I worked full time. I was like, no, I have way too much on my plate. My husband's a shift worker. Things were crazy. And so she's like, well, you're already taking the supplements and you're already doing it. Like, I was already posting my journey on social media. And because that brought me joy and it brought some light back to my life. And it made me feel good. She's like, you're already doing this. So I decided, okay, I enjoy my Shakeology. I really love the Energize. I'm on a budget. Maybe with a discount, it'll help and I'll be able to take all the supplements. Signed up as a coach. I had zero intention of working the business, like zero. I started following Mercedes, which was Maya's coach. I was just kind of snooping, scoping her out, seeing what it was all about. And a couple months in, I decided, maybe I'll jump on a team call. Maybe I'll listen to what it's all about. Guys, that's absolutely what captured my heart. The community has just, it's just brought in so much joy and brought out the passion in my life. And so it wasn't until about 3 months in to my coaching that I actually decided to jump in and start coaching. I started showing up on social media. I started reaching out to my family and my friends, and people started reaching out to me. They saw how I went from this really dark place to this place where my smile was radiant and they could see the joy in my eyes, and they're like, what is going on? And that was aside from the physical transformation I was having in my life. And so I just started sharing, and people started joining me. And I was like, what? I don't really understand what's happening right now. But and there's been so many up and downs in my journey. I've had 2 different surgeries. I've had radiation. So in between all of that, I had to start and stop my workouts. I always tried to keep my nutrition, even though that didn't always happen because of what I was going through. And every time I had a bump in the road, I'd have to start over. I'd get to a really good place, and then I'd have to have surgery again, and then have to start over because I'd have to take 6 to 8 weeks off. And then I had radiation and I had to stop again. And so I had all these bumps in the road, but I was always able to just restart back to where I was. And it's all been part of my journey. And people love to just follow your journey. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. I'm in such a great place now. There's definitely been times where I've just wanted to quit, but there's not a chance I can. The joy that this group, this community, everybody brings to me is just, I can't even explain it. And I've just found the fire in my soul and my passion, and I just want to help as many people as I possibly can, because this is just life-changing. So in terms of the coaching stuff I'm going to talk about the 4 vital behaviors that we have to do, or that we try to do as a coach. Pretty simple things, but I'm just going to touch on each one so I can explain it a little bit. So this is the 4 vital behaviors are meant to help launch your business forward and help you become successful. So the number 1 behavior is to be proof of the product. That's very easy. That's what we're all here. That's what got us all started on this journey in the first place. And that means showing up for yourself. So you pick a program, you commit to it, you do your before and after pictures, you share it on social media or however you want to share it. Be proof that the programs work. So that's the number 1 thing you want to do. You want to drink your Shakeology every day. You want to share about it, share how it's changing your life. You want to pick a nutrition plan. You want to learn it and you want to follow it so people can see how life-changing that nutrition plan is. We have 2 amazing nutrition plans, both very easy to follow, and everything's laid out for you. So it's very easy, and they freaking worked. The number 2 vital behavior is connect, invite, and follow up. So this is very important. This is what's going to help grow your business forward. So connect. You want to connect with anyone and everyone you can. So you connect with people on social media or online, in your community, in your church, work, mom groups, whatever you're a part of, and you just talk. You want to connect. You want to connect with these people, make a relationship or build a relationship with them. And then you want to invite them. Once you start sharing what you're doing and how you're getting the results that you're getting, you want to invite everybody. It's contagious. You want to share this life-changing opportunity with everybody. And so you just got to start inviting. We have this amazing gift in our hands, and you want to invite everybody to do it with you. after you've invited people, you want to follow up. So this is key. You have to, not everybody is going to say yes when you invite them for the first time. As you've heard, most of us didn't. And a lot of people, you'll follow up with them and they won't answer you back or whatever, but life happens and people are busy and will forget to respond or whatever happens. So sometimes people just aren't ready. And so you just have to invite them. Like they say, it takes the average person 5 to 7 invites to actually say yes to join you. So follow up shows that you really care. If you keep following up with these people, it shows them that you want to help them and that you're interested in their health and fitness and you want to see them succeed. And most people really love that. They'll say, you know, thank you so much. Yeah, I can't believe you haven't forgotten about me. And and then they want to come on with you. Number 3 of the vital behaviors is get people results. So this one sort of speaks for itself. You want to help them be a product of the products. Same as you do for yourself, you want to help your challengers and coaches do the same thing. So you help them decide on a program. You help them get started. You help them pick a nutrition plan. You show them where all the tools are. You get them into your challenge group. You contribute to your challenge group every single day and you help keep them accountable for what they've signed up to do. And then you recognize all achievements, big or small. Everything is super important and we love to celebrate each other every day. And oh no, I made a mistake.
Recognition is the last one.
And then recognition. So I did just sort of touch on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I did just
That's
sort of
okay.
touch on that. But we love to celebrate all our wins. And we're not talking about, you know, scale victories. We're talking about non-scale victories, mindset change, sobriety, the joy it's brought to our life. Obviously this business side of it also, we celebrate every step that is hit, and recognition is just absolutely key. So that's it for me, and I'm going to go back to Lolly.
Thanks, Amanda. That was amazing. I always love to hear your story because it just touches my heart, and we're so grateful that you're here with us on our team. Jen is going to talk to us now for a little bit.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to, I think this is my first coach sneak peek that I've talked on. So I have only been a coach since October, so fairly new to coaching as well. A little bit about me: I work full-time. I volunteer a lot with my son's school and things in my community. I have a part-time job in addition to my full-time job. I have one son. I have lots of animals. I hang out at my house a lot recently, this past year. I have been doing Beachbody, I think, for almost 2.5 years. I was doing the workouts. I signed up under Mercedes. She's in my community, and I found her on Facebook and started following her story. And my doctors have always said, you need to work out. And I was like, I don't like to work out. But I have some health issues. I have ulcerative colitis for the last 12 years. So I have, my health is up and down with that. And then I have this other itis disease. I always forget how to say it, but so I do daily, I do injections for that to help manage the pain of that disease. and I eat fairly well, but I was never exercising. And I joined, I think, under it was 100-day program, the 100-day 100. I forget the name of it. Anyways, I got to day 36, and then I quit. Then I took some time off, and I still followed Mercedes. And then the doctors kept telling me I need to work out more and exercise and get my heart rate up. My blood pressure went up. I started taking blood pressure medicine. And I'm like, I felt like I was following the path of my parents. And because as we grew up, our parents never worked out. It was just never something that was part of life in our family. And so in September last year, I reached out to Mercedes and I'm like, I need to make a commitment to me and my health journey. And so I signed up to be a coach for Muscle Burns Fat program. And I haven't stopped. It really, being a coach, I think, helped me be accountable for me to show up, to share my journey. For the days that I want to say no, I know that I have to, really dive into me to press play or to get moving and to keep me at the focus. And in doing so, inspire other people who are stuck like I was, because I felt I was really stuck. So yeah, and then also part of it that I liked is the community for meeting all these other ladies. We all have different stories. We all have different goals, but it's all changing our lives where we need it. And especially with COVID, it's great that we get to connect. The good thing about coaches, we have monthly check-ins. If you ever we chat every day. There's lots of chatting every day going on. So it's not like you're alone doing this. There's this great team behind you. And one of the things is your own personal development. There's lots of opportunity to grow and learn about things that are going on social media, how to promote and market. So there's things that are very transferable in business. Like you're learning lots of business skills that you might not have known before. And that helps me actually in my full-time job too, right? So I'm learning lots of stuff on Beachbody for free, really. The coaching fee is minimal each month, but there's lots of opportunity to grow and learn and get lots of new soft skills and to connect with people. Like that's probably like one of the best things is that you get to connect and see other people grow. We have some great Facebook groups and a bod group where there's lots of inspiration, makes you think every day. You wake up, you can go online and there's always a question there that makes you think and get out of your own mind, right? And so that's really the part that I like about coaching is that there's something new every day that you're learning. And the bonus is the workouts for me because they're fun. And we have a new program coming up that I'm super excited about. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jen. I'm so proud of you for sharing for your first time. And that's one of the things that's amazing about coaching is we're always growing and evolving and stepping out of our comfort zones and becoming, who we were always meant to be. But we were just holding ourselves back from, for different reasons, one way or the other. And so it's so proud of you for sharing. Thank you. Julie's gonna finish us off and let us know how we fit this into our busy lives, and then we'll close it out. So take it away, Jolie.
Hi guys, my name's Jolie. I will try to make this a little quick. I am so I'm a mom to a little girl who's 4. Her name's Jessica. I'm a wife. I work full-time at the First Nations Health Authority. So I feel like, life, of course, we're all busy. I will go into more about like fitting it into your schedule after I tell my story. So I also started for the discount. I would like to mention that as you guys tell your stories, it's crazy. Like you always resonate with so many different things. And Amanda, your story always gets me like super emotional. Yeah, thank you for sharing. I started for the discount. I was also watching Mercedes and I was very inspired. I've always been interested in health and, fitness, but I never succeeded. Like I was definitely one of those people that tried every pill, tried every quick fix, tried every, I actually watched my mom do that. And I'm actually going to tell a little story about her because she is actually one of my biggest inspirations of why I continue to coach. I watched my mom struggle with weight her whole life, always looking for the quick fix. I ended up carrying that on too. I was always like the chubby friend. I tried all these things, nothing ever worked. I would not exercise or get myself out of breath in front of people. Like I would like, it's actually really sad. I would like go for runs. And then if I saw a car coming, I would stop and like pretend my phone rang or something because I didn't want anyone to like see me running or, you grow up with all these insecurities and they kind of like get passed down. So I'm doing my best now, like to not do that for my daughter. My mom jumped on, she's like my biggest supporter. Anything I ever do, she's on board. And so she signed up as a coach right away. And at the beginning, like she hates sweating, doesn't want to work out. She was gaining lots of weight, just like as she was getting older. She was starting to get sad, like depressed. And so when I joined Beachbody, like I just said to her, like, you don't have to sweat, go up, like do the yoga, do anything you want, just to like do the stretching, do anything just to kind of get your body into movement. And so she did that. She did the 3-week yoga retreat program. She did it from October until the beginning of February. Over and over again. And then in the beginning of February, she just reached out and she's like, okay, like I'm ready to sweat. This is getting a little bit easier. I'm able to hold myself up now. I can do certain things. And so now she's doing 21-day fix and she's on her 3rd time going through it. And her growth has just like, it just makes me so happy because as she's getting older, I'm happy to just see her take her health into her own hands. And then just really quickly, my husband too, me working out every single day and like doing my Shakeology. Now he's on Shakeology. He works Camp Life. So he's a rock scaler. So he's like hiking all day. So he's not on board with the workouts yet. But, watching me, it's contagious. He's like, okay, like I got to start doing sit-ups or something like why, so watching him grow and look after his health is huge. And as we get older, that's just what you have to do. You have to look after your health. A trainer at the gym once, I'm kind of going off in tangents. A trainer at the gym once told me that you're only as old as your spine. That stuck with me. Like, I was just like, yeah, because at the gym, which I will tell a little story about in a sec, the lady next to me was 85 years old and she was lifting weights heavier than me. And she was in like crazy shape. So she was like a huge inspiration. And when that guy said that, I'm like, that is so true. Like, if you keep your body moving and you eat healthy and you look after yourself, you will, age differently than if you were to not look after your health. So the gym, so how I started with Beachbody was Mercedes had asked me, I'm actually Mercedes' cousin. We're family. So I had her on Facebook the whole time. I saw her begin this journey and I just started watching her. I was super interested, but I felt like I was paying for the gym and it was expensive. So I just continued to do that. And she kept asking me, I'm like, I don't have time to do both, blah, blah, blah. And then the beginning of January, I was like, I just wasn't seeing any results. I watched Mercedes for a whole year. I stayed at the gym for the whole year. She was getting abs and like muscles in her legs. And I was just like, I just felt the same. I felt like I had the attitude to keep going and I was like motivated, but I just wasn't seeing results. And so I decided to join, and I woke up an hour earlier so I could do my workout and then get ready, go to work, still go to the gym. I had a wedding coming up, so I was like, I'm going to do both. And do that. And then COVID hit. So then the gym closed. And it's funny how everything just happens how it does, because then I was already in Beachbody. I was happy to have it because now I was still able to work out. So I just continued doing that. And then I started to see results. And then as I was walking around, people started to notice a difference in me. And that was physical and mentally. I was definitely happier. And especially at a time during COVID, people were like, what is happening? And it just becomes contagious, and they start watching you. And I started to share more frequently because you start to just feel better, and you start to understand that it doesn't matter if you're not at this perfect body, perfect shape. It's actually about how you get there is what people want to know. That's what they connect with. That's what they see happening. And then they know it's possible for them to do it too. As connections were getting made, that is what I fell in love with. Like, I have friends that I haven't spoken to. So I live in Squamish, in quite a small town, and we've had a few people move out and move away. You lose connection a little bit, and this just brought us all together. And now when I see like one of my best friends from high school, her face pop up on the thing, and she's smiling and she's sweaty, and I just love it, because I'm like, I feel like we're becoming that connections coming in again. And it's just so amazing to see people feeling good, and you've been on that journey with them. And then I think the sharing part, like, so with the community, another short story is one of my friends who is from like back in the day. She said to me, she never had many friends, and the friends that she did have, they didn't talk about things like personal things or anything. Like, I'm going to say, like, okay, I'm just going to tell you this whole story, because she, razor bumps, right? If you're shaving, you get razor bumps. So she went to the doctor because she had razor bumps, because she was like, what is this? Didn't know. I'm like, how did you not know that? Like, my girlfriends and I, we talk about everything, like razor bumps, sex, poo, like whatever, right? Like, everything comes out. You have to share. Somebody like that girlfriend, she went to the doctors and was scared that she had something because she didn't want to talk about it. But when you share and you say what works, for dinners with your kids, what worked, like for me, the structure of Beachbody works for me. I like that it's like day 1, day 2, day 3. So then I don't feel like I've lost a day, or I want to keep up with everybody. So sharing makes people, you just like, it's educating people. It's knowledge. It's trying new things. You wouldn't be able to try those things if you never heard about it, or if no one ever shared it with you. So I think that's amazing. I think I've seen some coaches sharing really personal things. I'm actually thinking about things that are really personal to me on how I can bring that to, public, without feeling like it's like sharing too much. So anyway, I think that's a huge part of it. Okay. And then just how you fit this into your life. So at the very beginning, and I still struggle with this, I feel busy. I'm always busy. Everybody is. So what I do is I get up earlier in the morning. I dedicate 1 full hour to coaching in the morning. So while I'm doing that, I drink my Energizer. I get, I'll have my laptop out. I'll dedicate the 6 to 7 a.m. coaching. That's where I'll do my inviting, my posting, my, things like that. Then throughout the day, you get text messages from people, and you so you find pockets of time to just kind of fit your coaching work in. So something else that I do is why I schedule certain times is because I don't want to be always on my phone. Like I have my child, my husband, so I just try to make it work. Coaching is very important to me. And I think that's a big part of why you find time. If you want to make something happen, you're going to find the time. There's ways to make it work. You just have to find how you're going to fit it in. So I would definitely just say, like, the pockets of time, I do the hour in the morning and an hour at night. And that's just how, I find the time to get my coaching biz in. Let me just think if I've missed anything. I just wrote a few notes down here. I mean, just with that, I think time is something that you just hear very often from people, that is just, you can't find the time to do it. And it's not a lot of work. You're really just sharing your own story. It's like throughout your day, like even at baseball yesterday, I'm just talking to people about coaching. People approach you because they see you on social media. So you just end up in conversations and you're just talking about your life. It's not like you want to talk about it because you're passionate about it. So it's easy, you know, to get the conversations going. And that's it for me. I think I've mentioned everything I was going to say. So
Thank
I
you,
will pass
Jolie.
it on.
That's amazing. Incredible. Oh my gosh. I love coming to these every single time because I learn something new about each and every one of you. And I'm just so passionate and grateful. And like, you guys light my fire. Like, and that's the thing about this community is we get together and, you know, even when we're feeling at our lowest, like I had a really low time the last few weeks at work because I'm a social worker and it's like this pandemic is hard for everybody, especially people and children and youth that I work with. And I too, you know, was like, I think I just want to quit everything, right? Like I'm just done, right? And but when you sit down and you think about what, like say I wanted to quit coaching, I had to sit down and be like, okay, well, what's my life without coaching? Right? Like I work out. I'm not going to stop working out. I eat properly. I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm not going to stop working towards my health and wellness. I'm not going to just all of a sudden be like, I'm done all of this. So if you're working out and you're eating healthy and you're doing the personal development, reading books, listening to podcasts, you know, working on your healing journey, you might as well coach because that's pretty much what it is you're doing all of those things and then you're just talking about it and sharing it with other people. That's it. Like that's all we do. And we're not like pressuring people to buy things from us. We're just sharing our story. And if it resonates with you or resonates with somebody else, then they come and talk to you and we have a conversation. It's not like you come into a store and you're like sneaking around the corner like, can I help you? You know what I mean? Like those people that are like, they stalk you in a store. Like that's not what we're about. We're about sharing something that has worked for us, this solution that worked for us and that made us, you know, so passionate about our own lives that we want to scream it from the rooftops. We want to share this with people. We want to help people feel as amazing as we feel on the inside, and it shows on the outside. And like Jolie was saying, like she walks around, or Amanda, you know, when we walk around and just feel comfortable in our own skin and our own body, it shows, it glows, and people want to know, like, what are you doing? Because I need some of that light, you know, like especially during this time. And so anyways, I get a little passionate, as you can see, about like everybody's stories, and I just love coaching and I love everything that it's brought to my life, and I love to listen and to share with other people. So we're so grateful that you came to see us today. And if you have any questions, just go back to the coach that brought you here, or invited you here, or showed you this video, because we've got it recording, and we'll be sending it out to the people who needed the recording. So if you have any questions, just reach back out to your coach, and we open book. Anything you want to know, we've got the answers for you, if we have the answers, and if we don't, we will find out. So thank you all so much for sharing your stories, and we'll talk to you all real soon. Have a good day, and we'll stop the recording, hopefully. Mercedes.
That was good timing.
Yeah, good job.
Right as my daughter came in.
You guys did amazing. Oh, I told her we were wrapping up, but we're done. We're done. All right. Okay, you guys. I think if we just sign off, that the recording will stop going.
Okay. Have a good day, guys. I got to run off to
Yeah.
a birthday party too.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.